have Michael Stablein, who is head of the Urbana-Champaign Club on campus, and he's a senior in molecular and cellular biology and chemistry. So Michael, if you'd like to come up and give us a quick update on some of the student projects.
Well, I'm really glad to be speaking here today amongst so many professionals involved in the industry that we're heavily invested in as students here at the university. My role as president of our student organization involving algae initiatives is to oversee projects within our club, directing undergraduates to opportunities within research, and then organizing other opportunities such as this one, conference events, and other ways that students can really learn about the industry from a student's perspective so that they can see what an expanding and opportunistic industry this really is looking forward. So I'd like to just share some of the accomplishments that we've experienced over the last year. Last October, when I became the president of the club, we had a fair amount of students coming to the group meetings that we have every other week within our department. And since then, we've actually been able to host open events on days like Quad Day, where large student or all student organizations are able to go out to the main part of our campus and display what their club is doing, what kind of opportunities they have for students. So incoming students, freshmen that being, and any other student that visits the event can learn about different opportunities on campus. Since then, we've actually had an increase about fivefold of students coming to our club events. So we get about 25 to 30 students showing up every other week to hear about just things that are happening within industry when we talk about current events, laboratory opportunities that both are happening within the department as part of the graduate student research projects, and as well as activities that we're organizing ourselves as a club. In our most recent endeavors, we've been able to pair with the Illinois Biodiesel Initiative that's happening on campus. This group, for those of you who are unfamiliar with what they do, take the fatty oils from the dining halls and they use a transesterification process to convert that into a biodiesel that's a renewable energy source and distributed across campus. Since they have a 10% glycerol leftover, we can actually take that and are now using that in conjunction with some medium that we've created in our laboratories to help cultivate algae, and now we're monitoring that growth. So we think this is important because it's an opportunity for students to work in a laboratory, learn about these algae systems, understand why these renewable principles are really important in society and how they can be applicable to our campus. But we can also actively participate in research and investigate these means for renewable sources of energy and products. I'm glad to say that we're through our second or third week in testing, so we've been able to monitor algae growth and as well confer for any sort of contaminations or other results that could happen as a part of our research. The students are happily involved, as like I said, they are participating in research, get to learn about laboratory practices as well as analyze the data so that they can understand exactly how these algae systems work, what's really important and why we're investigating the importance of these systems. Apart from that, this semester, we've had the opportunity to attend a conference for wastewater treatment in Chicago, the WEFTech conference. And we thought this was really eye-widening for students because they had an opportunity to see what's going on in industry, engineering practices related to algae and general wastewater treatment. And when some of the students got to go, it was really an opportunity for not only that in learning, but also a networking opportunity, much like what we have today here at the ISTC. Apart from that, we regularly like to entertain students with off-campus and on-campus excursions to different laboratories or industry sites. So in the past, we've gone to Indianapolis on 2 separate occasions to go to both a company called Algion, who's doing high-end value, low-volume pharmaceutical production from algal biomass, as well as doing a research tour to a wastewater treatment facility where they were trying to cultivate algae on an algae wheel system being developed in a lot of different places. So I'm really happy to say that we've been growing as an organization continually over the past year. We're excited to have notable industry professionals come to campus, involve in our practices within the club, and as well teach our campus about some of the things that are going on internationally in the algae community. So again, my name is Michael Stablein. I'm the president of the Illini Algae Club at the University of Illinois here, and we're really looking forward to all the growth with a lot of optimism for the opportunities both for our students as well as the industry. And so thank you for coming here today and enlightening us.
Does anyone have a question for Michael?
Please.
I may have missed this, but what's your major?
Molecular biology and chemistry.
And is that true of most of the members of your society? Or?
We're actually a subsidiary of the Agricultural and Biological Engineering Department.
I see.
So we get a lot of biological engineers.
Yeah.
Some focus more on the agricultural aspect of it. Some of them are involved in the cultivation of mass amounts of algae. I got involved in the field particularly because I thought when I was involved in my studies in cellular biology, I was looking for a particular organism or an industry to apply my knowledge to, and having come across algae, like I said, during my junior year, I've really invested a lot of my time. I plan to continue my studies here at the university with Dr. Scheidemann and do a lot more research involving algae, both on a high value, low volume, or low volume, high value. The other way around, I'm sorry. But I'm really excited about the possibilities for my career, my education, and everything that I can express and share with the other students within the club, who some of which have joined me here today.
Right.
Any other questions?
Yeah, what kind of species of algae do you primarily focus on?
I'm sorry, say
What kind
again.
of species of algae do you primarily focus on in the labs?
Well, we have a lot of research projects happening in the lab with our graduate projects, so we try to work in collaboration with them using the species that they have. I could get a list of some of the species that they're primarily using in the laboratory, but in our IBI research, we're using a chlorella species to try to absorb the glycerol content in conjunction with the media that we've provided them. So again, we're testing that growth, and we'll kind of expand upon that, but you know, that's provided that more students can become involved and participate in this research actively.
Okay, well, thank you again.